Good morning, Miss Ingram. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe.
Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be reading Hocus Focus. Hey Jack. Yoo-hoo, Jack, called a voice. Jack knew it belonged to his friend Gina, but which of the fuzzy shapes getting off the bus was her? He had no clue. Jack, said Gina. Suddenly she was right in front of him. Do you want to come over after school today? Jack shook his head. I can't, he replied. I have to go do something with my dad. He didn't want to tell Gina that he had an appointment with the eye doctor. Do you have trouble seeing the chalkboard in school? Dr. Romero asked Jack later that day. Sometimes, Jack admitted. Dr. Romero examined Jack's eyes. Then she made him read letters on a big chart. Well, Jack, you're nearsighted, Dr. Romero said. It looks like you're going to need glasses. He wrote out a prescription, and Jack's dad took him to buy eyeglasses at the mall. Jack wore his glasses to school the next day. Hi, Jack, nice glasses, said his teacher, Mr. Brenner. Gee, Jack thought, I was hoping no one would notice. Then Hank, a kid in Jack's class, walked by. Hey, Four Eyes, nice glasses, he shouted. Jack felt bad. He whipped off his glasses and headed into class. What's up? Asked Gina. You look upset. Jack showed her his new glasses. Oh, she said. She pulled a sparkly purple case from her backpack. You have glasses too? Exclaimed Jack. Gina nodded. But I never wear them. The one time I did, Hank called me Four Eyes. I thought you could see great, Jack said. You always read the chalkboard for me. I'm farsighted, Gina told him. I can see the board, no problem. It's just the close-up stuff that's all blurry. Jack decided he'd wear his glasses at home. Not school. I won't give Hank a chance to call me Four Eyes again, thought. Jack and Gina made a good team. Gina could see everything Mr. Brenner wrote on the chalkboard. She told Jack, and he took notes. Jack could do all the measuring in science. He peered at the tiny numbers on the beaker and read them to Gina. One day, Mr. Brenner pulled Jack aside. Didn't I see you with glasses on last week? He asked. Glasses? Jack repeated. Oh, those glasses. I don't need them all the time, just for, doing my homework at home. Jack started for the cafeteria. Heads up, yelled Hank. A volleyball bonked off Jack's head. Ouch, he cried. He hadn't even seen it coming. The next day, the class went on a field trip to a rock quarry. Rock hounding is a lot of fun, but you have to be careful, Mr. Brenner told the class. Please pay attention to the signs. I repeat, obey all the signs. Let's go, said Gina, tugging on Jack's elbow. I see a great rock pile over there. All Jack could see was a blurry gray lump in the distance, but he followed after her. Suddenly, Gina tripped and went flying. Sorry, said Jack. I should have warned you about that tree root. They heard Hank laughing. Gina, how are you going to find rock samples? You can't even see stuff that's right in front of you. Gina ignored Hank. Come on, Jack, she said. We're going to find samples that he can only dream of. Wait, said Jack. This rock's pretty cool. It's not bad, said Gina, but... Just then they heard Hank yell, Mr. Brenner, look what I found. Gina sprang up and slipped off her backpack. You keep looking here, Jack. I still want to check over there. She hurried away. Gina finally reached the rock pile she had spotted. There was a sign nearby, but the letters were a blur. She squinted, trying to make out what it said. She took a step backward, then another, and... Caution, she read, but it was too late. Jack, Gina shouted. Help! Jack raced toward the sound of Gina's voice. He found her standing in a hole. I can't climb out, groaned Gina. I tried, but the sides keep crumbling. Wow, Jack was peering into the hole. There are some great rock samples in there. So what? Gina said. I'm going to get in big trouble for not obeying that sign, the one I was trying to read when I fell in here. Just then they heard Mr. Brenner call to the class. It was time to go. Now what do we do? Asked Jack in a panic. I have a jump rope in my backpack, said Gina. Go get it and pull me out of here. Hurry. Jack looked all over for Gina's backpack, but everything was a blur. He knew what he had to do. He took out his glasses and put them on. Right away, everything came into focus. There was Gina's backpack. Working fast, Jack tossed one end of the jump rope to Gina. He tugged and tugged. Finally, Gina scrambled out of the hole. You're heavier than you look, Jack said. I filled my pockets with rock samples while I was waiting for you, Gina told him. Gina and Jack caught up with the rest of the class. Jack hoped Mr. Brenner wouldn't notice how out of breath they were. Great samples, Mr. Brenner said. Those are the best I've seen all day. That night, Jack thought about what had happened at the quarry. They could have gotten into trouble or hurt or both. Jack decided he would wear his glasses from now on, no matter what Hank said, and he'd get Gina to wear hers too. Jack passed Hank in the hall the next day. Nice glasses, said Hank. Well, I like them, said Jack. They're great for finding things, like the best rock samples. I really mean it, said Hank. Nice glasses. He gave a weak little smile. Jack couldn't believe his eyes. Hank's teeth were covered with shiny new braces. Oh, I get it, said Jack. You're afraid I'm going to make fun of you. Hank's face turned red. Well, I won't call you Metal Mouth, promised Jack, as long as you don't call me or anybody else Four Eyes. Deal, said Hank. Jack spotted Gina down the hall. It was so great to be able to see things. Hey, Gina, he called, hurrying to catch up with her. You know, I really think you should start wearing... Gina turned around. My glasses? Said. Jack grinned. Exactly, he told her. The